Hey folks, Gary back with you, West Family RV Adventures. Beautiful Saturday in June 2026, day before Father's Day. You can see the Puma is parked in the driveway. We're not out traveling this weekend, unfortunately, but I do have a little project I'm going to try to do this afternoon. When we are home, we try to keep the travel trailer plugged in because we don't always empty out our refrigerator. And we like to keep a light or two on just to make it look a little more lived in around the neighborhood. So we step down with a 30 amp cord with a dog bone just to a 20 amp cord, and we're plugged into the garage. But that works, but we've been wanting to install a 30 amp designated circuit in our home panel in our house, and we just thought that'd be a lot better. Now the ideal thing obviously would be to put a post behind the RV. Please don't grade me on my on my weeds and my lawn. We've been on the road too much. I need to get my chores done. Anyway, the ideal thing would be to put a post in and run conduit underneath the ground to the house. But what we're going to do is I am going to install this 30 amp designated RV outlet box. Okay, so I'm going to install that outside the house, and my existing power cord doesn't reach all the way, so I stopped out to Harbor Freight Tool and picked up another 25 feet of 30 amp cord, extension cord. I've got a 30 amp single pole designated breaker to go on my main panel, and I've got some 8 gauge wire. Some of you that are thinking about doing this at home, the rule of thumb is you can run 10 gauge wire, which is what this is here that comes with your RV, on a 30 amp circuit. You can run 100 feet of that, and then they say you need to upgrade to 8 gauge. So my situation is that I have about 30 feet here of the original cord, and then my Harbor Freight Tool extension is another 25. That's 55 feet. And my run to from the inside of the house to the panel is another 75 feet. So that puts me well over 100 foot a run for 10 gauge wire. That's why inside the house I'm going to go with 8 gauge. So that should help me with any power loss by running 8 gauge for the entire inside run, and then just rely on the 10 gauge wire outside the house. So hopefully that'll be just fine. Got some wire ties so I can just tie this to some additional existing wires inside my basement, and I guess it's time to get rolling. So I picked up this little Eaton box, 30 amp box, RV power box at Lowe's. I paid about, I think it was $72 for it. Now, I'm impulsive. I could have bought one online, Amazon, for about $25, $30, but I got a good deal on my, this is actually direct burial wire rather than Romex, but it was half the price, and it was readily available at Lowe's, so I went with that. I can use that inside the house. I'll be just fine. So anyway, I got a good deal on that. It was a little over $2 a foot, and at Lowe's. So I just went ahead and paid a little bit more money for this box rather than wait for Amazon to come. So this is the box, and I think what I'm gonna do to try to be less disruptive to the family, I'm going to start at the outside and work my way to my panel. So I'll go ahead and install this box, I'll run my wire, and then I'll do all the work at the panel. So I just removed this screw here, and you can see that I have three screw holes that I can use, that I'm going to be able to fasten this box to the house. However, there's no knockout in the rear. Kind of wish there was. So I'm gonna have to come from below. So okay, moving forward. You see what's happening, folks? Can you see that? Just when I get ready to start a project, here comes the rain. This might end up being a Father's Day project. We'll be back with you as soon as we can. So the rain backed off, and we picked our project back up in advance of Father's Day. So let's see if we can complete our drill through the siding and through the joist. I think we got gravy. We got gravy. Let's go inside and see if we can stick our wire through. Good Lord, I think the wood ants have invaded since I started the project. Boy, are they hungry. Hungry is gonna like that. Oh my goodness. You can see I've had to drill some holes, obviously, to get the 8-2 wire through. Can you see that, folks? That hole? Waving my finger in front of it. So that's the rim joist. So I think we got good placement. I'm going to try to stick my 8-2 wire right out through. I don't know where those wood ants went, but they sure scattered when they heard me come down the basement stairs. So here's my hole, here's my wire. I had really hoped that I had a knockout in the rear of this box. I thought I had a knockout tool, but I can't lay my eyes on it. And I can't lay my eyes on any metal bits. So I'm just going to come up through the bottom. Alright, I got my wire stripped. So we'll go ahead and put that through the knockout. So that's the bottom of the box, and that's where my wire is going to be going up through instead of the rear like I had wished. But anyway, enough whining. So there's a ground lug. I'll back that screw out so I can get my ground wire in. Okay, I wasn't sure on these two which was the ground, which was the line, and which was the neutral. But there's the label right here. My ground is on top, and my neutral white wire is on the right, and my line, my black wire, is going to be on the left. Alright, we've got a ground wire into the ground lug. I've got my line on the left, neutral on the right. So I think I can flip this cover around and put the little set screw in. No, I can't do that yet. I have to mount it to the side of the house first. Okay, so I'm going to feed my 8-2 wire back into the basement, the excess. So this particular box has 2 screws on the bottom and then 1 on top. So I'm trying to get those in. I'm a little clumsy. I've got 1 started, and I've got a level. Try to make it look respectable. That's not too awful bad. So I'm going to push that cover back in its place, and if I can find my screw, I'll secure it. Let's see if I can find it. I was having a little brain cramp getting this plate to stay firm in place, because all I thought it was holding it was this little screw. But if you look up here, there's a little nub here. So if you install one of these Eaton RV outlet boxes, make sure before you put your screw in here, that you put the right side in behind this nub that sticks out right there. Okay. So most of the outside work is done. You can see there's a place to put a little padlock through there if you want. Then I've got this mess, and I need to fill that with silicone. I can't have water getting into my sill. 100% silicone. Alright, there it is. It's not pretty, but it's done. So time to go back inside, see what those wood ants are up to. It's amateur hour, folks. It is amateur hour. I should have pulled the slack outside the house, so now I've already got my silicone all done, and so I'm just gonna have to feed this into the main panel and cut my slack on the panel side. Amateur hour, amateur hour. Tip for you folks: when you're running wire, trying to keep it neat along the well, as neat as you can. When you're running wire along the perimeter of your basement walls up in the ledge, Harbor Freight tool zip ties. They are awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go up to the store when I'm done. Should do it first and get some larger wire staples to fasten this to my board. But I'm gonna go ahead and move forward and get my breaker installed. Strip my wire on this end. Alright, so I've gone as far as I can without killing power. I'm gonna go ahead and wire up this 8.2 to my 30 amp single pole breaker, and I'm going to have to kill the power to do that. And I'm going to be running off for lights. I'm going to be running off my inverter generator, 3500 Predator, and I'll be back with you folks. So there it is, folks. 30 amp single pole all installed. It's in the off position. Got it all labeled up 30 amp. You're looking at a 200 amp upgrade I actually did myself with YouTube University last fall. Here's my Generac automatic transfer switch. I had a 100 amp entrance and I wanted to install a 24K Generac standby generator, so I had to upgrade my entrance. And I did all of this myself. Okay, let's move outside and test out the outlet, the 30 amp outlet for the RV. Guess we can shut the Predator 3500 off. Not going to need that anymore. House power's back on. Alright, let's go check out our outlet. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hook this 25-foot extension up to my existing extension. So let's go do that now. Goodbye 20 amp dog bone adapter. 30 amp to 20 amp. Goodbye. We hope we won't need you again. Alright, so I've got the battery turned off. No battery to the travel trailer. Alright, there's the newly installed Eaton 30 amp RV outlet, outside outlet. There, it's all plugged in, I've got my surge guard to look at, and I've gone ahead and connected my new 25-foot length of Harbor Freight tool 30 amp 10-aught extension. There's my existing, I think that's a 30-footer right there, going to the back of the RV. Now we're going to go in, take another look. Going to take another look at my lights. I shouldn't have any power. Alright, no lights. My breaker is off in the basement. Now we're going to go hit the breaker in the basement. Let's shut that cover. Oh, that closes nice. The excitement is building. Let's go down to the breaker box in the basement. Okay, gang. I'm going to turn the 30 amp breaker on. RV 30 amp. Fingers crossed. Alright, let's go out to the RV. Hey guys.
What?
All of America is watching right now. They're waiting to see if my 30 amp RV outlet works. Who wants to go turn the lights on the Puma?
Okay, we'll go.
It's everyone's watching. I'm getting a lot of clicks on this one. Come on.
Okay.
This is what all of America is waiting for. There's my 30 amp hookup. See? Yes! If you guys wanted to rave all night and it was 95 degrees, you can run the air conditioning. Assuming this works, all of America is watching, West Kids. Who wants to hit the lights in there? Who's qualified?
Alex gets the honor.
Don't embarrass me, Alex. Please work.
Where?
Where it says cabin lights.
Huh?
Dun, 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 dun. How about that one? Oh no! Hold on 1 second. Don't give up, folks. Don't give up. America's watching. It just wasn't plugged in. It just wasn't plugged in. Want me to do it with Mama?
No, we can do it.
Okay. You finish what you start? Come on, Alex. This is big. America's watching. Mom can watch too. The excitement's building. I guess it was too much for your mother and your dog. All right, who's going to do it? Oh my God, the lights are already on. We've got power. Huh? Happy Father's Day to me. All right, guys, go back to what you were doing. Another exciting day at Camp Chamberlain. Hey folks, I thought I had a serious electrical problem when I was first showing the kids. I just didn't have it plugged in all the way. Silly me. All plugged in now. Thanks for watching.